Hey, welcome back to SquareMax Customs. This week we're gonna work on the OBS Duramax swap. You heard me right, an OBS Chevy with a Duramax diesel. Come on, let's go. We ain't got all day. I hope y'all had a great week. I don't know if any of y'all remember this, but I started building this 10 months ago when I started my YouTube channel. This is a 99 K2500. Yes, I know, a lot of people think in 99 they should be the newer body style, but they still made this style for a couple years. They just were the K series, K being 4x4. So this is a crew cab short bed. I believe, I'm probably wrong, boop, 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 it down there in the comments if anybody knows. But I think they only made the short bed crew cabs for like 2 years or something. It took me a while to find this truck. I used to drive a 1990 for like 6 freaking years. Okay, maybe like 3 years, but it was in my younger years, so it felt like forever. Either way, I put a Duramax diesel in this. We did injectors, a CP3 pump, we built motor mounts, we got the tranny mount. That's all done. I think I want to redo the engine mounts eventually, but the problem is you know when you do too many projects, I keep telling you, careful ripping your stuff down too far and starting too many projects. I've lost interest in it. I got no love for it no more. So I gotta bring her back in the shop. Maybe we can get back into it. Man, it's been like 6 months since I've even touched this thing. Just been mowing around it, but this tarp was brand new. That was brand new when I parked it. Well, at least we don't have a mouse nest in it. That's a plus. But, like I said, I've sort of lost interest in it. I don't know, I can't bring myself to get back onto it. I thought it'd be cool to have a K2500, an OBS, what do they call them, GMT 400s? With a Duramax diesel, because I got my square body with the Duramax diesel. Although the square body I frame swapped. This one I kept with the frame. So, like I said, I want to build motor mounts. Well, I want to redo them, I think, a little bit. Because I think I just got it a little bit too high on the passenger side. Although you put it all together, we'll never notice. Maybe I won't. We won't get to that. I don't know. We should also get our fenders fitted on. We need to change this brake booster to a hydro booster. We need to figure out the wiring harness. Maybe a dash. And what I'm trying to say is we're pretty much starting at the beginning here. I think we started this thing as a budget build, a $5,000 budget build. I think I was trying to build the whole truck for. And I bought the... I'll find the sheet, maybe. Just remind me. If I don't, put it in the comments and I'll find it for the next video. Either way, that don't sound good. You hear that? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to install a 6-inch lift kit because that seems like the next step. That's the right thing to do. I think maybe if I start looking at this thing and it's sitting 6 inches higher, maybe it'll give me that motivation and inspiration to get back onto it and try to build this truck. Now back when I decided to build this truck, we're not painting this one. She's just going to stay as a work truck. I just sort of really wanted a backup work truck for when I break Maxine. You know, the dang old heavy right foot goes to the floor all the time. Oh boy, do I love that square body. But I'm a little abusive on her. I know it's wrong. That's why I was going to build a backup truck. Okay, I'm done. I think, are we all up to speed? There's probably 4 or 5 videos on it. Go find a playlist. Yeah, we're all back up to speed. Let's go. Hey, don't worry, we got jack stands under the truck and at SquareMaxMerch.com. Why don't you head over now and get yours? Well, that wasn't too bad. I got the CV axles out and the sway bar links out. And luckily I already had the front diff out from when I put the engine in. Hey, it's freaking beautiful out today in Florida. Look, I got sleeves on. I woke up and put jeans on this morning instead of shorts. It was awesome. Just a pretty old day out. So, the reason I'm putting a lift kit in this is back when I started building this, I went on Marketplace, and old Marketplace gods, poof, landed right upon my screen. Brand new 6-inch suspension lift with brand new Moog ball joints and everything, and it was only 45 minutes from me. So I beep booped the guy a message and made him an offer, and he said, "You bring me cash," and I was like, dang it, okay, sold. And then I got it back, and I was bored one day, so I painted it all. There's a video on it. I'll try to leave it up in the description if any of y'all want to go watch it. So this is metallic Daytona blue. I don't know how well it'll show up on the camera, but she sparkles. You'll have to trust me, is what I'm trying to say. So it'll have a really, really pretty suspension lift under it. Let's get back to work. This thing ain't gonna change itself, and I need the inspiration. It's already starting to make me happy again, just knowing that it's gonna have a 6-inch suspension. I'm not really a stock truck kind of guy. I'm more like, oh honey, look, we're buying a truck. I promise we're not putting a lift kit in it. 2 weeks later, it's on blocks in the garage getting a lift kit. Sorry, honey. Alright, look what I'm doing here is, for the ball joints, I'm just taking the nut loose, the castle nut, and I'm just putting it back on 2-3 threads. You can use a pickle fork or a ball joint remover tool. I don't know what they call it. It's a pickle fork is what I call it. But it rips up the boot and everything, which I don't care because I got new boots anyways. But if I gotta smash on the end of a freaking metal rod anyways, what I like to do, and you know, most of the old timers will tell you, just whack on your thing, your spindle. A lot of times there'll be like a flat spot, like the factory back in the day was smart. They made it like that for you, like, hey, hit me right here. Whack it a few dozen times and usually they'll pop loose. The reason we leave the nuts on is because the bottom of Chevys, maybe other vehicles are the same, but the bottom of Chevys are ran on a torsion bar. There's a metal rod, a bar. It's like 6 foot long. We'll get to it because we got to take it out to, you know, put the lift kit in. But the whole truck is pretty much riding on that bar. Instead of having leaf springs, it's just a big long torsion bar. So there's a lot of pressure on it. So if you start whacking, plus this thing's like 100 freaking pounds with the rotor and the freaking spindle and the wheel bearing and the caliper. So if you start whacking on it, it's gonna fall down and land on your leg or your foot. But that's what I'm doing. And if you ever gotta do ball joints, think about that next time before you get a pickle fork and get grease all over and make a mess. And like I said, you're still smashing something. Well, let's do a walk around for anybody that hasn't seen this truck ever. Hey, if you go back and watch the Will It Run video on this, because I did do a Will It Run, maybe it was my second or third Will It Run. This thing was mice infested. Security system was all screwed up if I remember correctly. I don't know. You'll have to go back and watch that video. I work too much to remember everything. But let's do a walk around on it. So she had mice nests inside each frame rail. You can still sort of see it. Hold on, calm down. Look it. That's all mice nest. You see all the nuts? The whole truck was packed. Front, the back, inside, the outside, the windows were left down if I'm not mistaken. She cleaned up okay when we did the cleanup, besides, you know, the paint flying off of it. Everything's all nasty and stained and, you know, stinky, but she did run. She had the 5.7 in it, I believe. You'll have to go watch the video. I'll leave it in the description. I'll probably just leave the build series in it, and anybody that wants to go watch, they can start right at the beginning and come down. It had brand new tires put on it. Seems to happen a lot right before it was parked. You see all the way down in there? They're all weather checked. Maybe we'll find a date code on them. Probably not. I don't really care. Hey, I wonder if them are the fender bolts. I don't remember where I put everything to this thing. Like, took it apart so long ago, I don't even remember where everything goes. So this will be a really fun project for us all to put back together. She's rather solid. I mean, she's got dents literally on every panel, and I changed the taillights already, I believe. I can't remember. Maybe I didn't. And somebody drove into the tailgate with a forklift. Previous owner, not me. I haven't barely drove it. I think we did one burnout. Yeah, one burnout. We just, look, it's still got the little freaking nipply things on it. So, I believe they put tires on it and a brand new transmission, but it still wasn't shifting because the wiring harness was all screwed up. I don't know. I didn't really care. I bought it for the body because it's a crew cab, short bed, 4x4 OBS. Just something you don't see every day. That was fun. Hey, they make a special tool to freaking take that torsion bar and the little bolt out and everything. I'd recommend going to your local parts store and just renting it. I've done a few dozen of these, so I just use about a giant C-clamp. But there's a lot of tension on them, so if that thing slips off, it's dangerous. That's all I'm trying to say. You know, you guys do you. But if I wasn't being so lazy, I would have went to the parts store, and it wasn't being lazy. I'd lose an hour of my time to go there and get the freaking rent a tool and come home. I don't have an hour to lose. I want to put a lift kit in this. Well, I mean, that's not too bad. I even got the ball joints out already without a ball joint tool, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna pull the sway bar link and we're gonna pull the tie rods. And I've been scraping on this thing, guys, for like an hour, I swear, to try to get some of the buildup off. We gotta do something. We can't put these pretty shiny blue parts on there and not at least flat black that or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. What you doing, Loki Bum? Where's your good boy? Hey, Mr. Caveman. This cat is spoiled rotten. He's on a harness because he's a kitten and technically an inside cat. But Loki Bomb is very spoiled and he likes to go outside. And he cost over $2,000. That was without the breeding rights. You guys are nobody. Wifey always wanted the Maine Coon. No, we're not cruel for having a harness on him and having him on a freaking 20-foot lead that he can run all over with. 20 foot, buddy. Sorry, your comment upset me. Cat is not. I don't even know what to say. I know, Bubba. Such a handsome boy he is. Sorry, I didn't mean to rant. I mean, would you look at that? It's like it's floating. We did a lot of work off camera without y'all. It's almost like we're gonna straight axle the front end. We're not doing that. Look at, been sanding and scraping, and I got a helper today. Where'd old turd buster go? He's hiding. Did a lot of scraping. Hey, turd buster.
How's everybody doing?
So we're just scraping the frame and cleaning. That way we can paint the frame a little bit before we put that shiny lift kit on. And I gotta fix this hole. Look, remember I showed you the frame was filled with a mouse nest? Look at the little goobers peed and pooped down there, and it put a little rust hole in the frame. So we'll make a little patch for that. And this little cross brace is it's cracked on both sides, so we'll re-weld that. And I think there was something else I had to re-tack up that had a crack in it. Oh yeah, hold on, just calm down. Been working, where'd it go? Oh, over here. Old turd buster's been scrubbing it down for me. Look at this crack. That's not good. So we'll get that all welded up, so that's like brand new. And we gotta go to the store. I need to get some paint so can make all this stuff look better. That's a lot of scrubbing, like hours of freaking scraping and sanding and getting the grease off, and we've swept the floor like 18 times.
Just keeps coming.
You ain't kidding. But we're getting it. That's your quick update. Oh, the wifey's painting some more. She's doing the back side. Look at this. What is that? Oh, that's sneaky. Sneaky little pilgrim. So, whew, that's your update. Hey. Did you look at that? It's all welded up. Don't worry about how ugly it is. It'll hold. Got them all welded up. Got a nice little patch plate on there. This is the flavor paint I like. You know why I like it? Because look, it's got 5 different spray nozzles. So it'll spray out like this instead of like this. Let's go check on the wifey. Let's see how she's making out. Look at this thing. Ooh, that thing's cool. We'll get it set up and show you both sides when we're done. It's like a knife. It's going to butcher down. Come on, let's get back to work. Let's shake these freaking cans up. I should get one of them Sawzall shakers. You guys all know what I'm talking about? They just put them in the end of the Sawzall and this. I tried taping it to a Sawzall blade, but then I pulled the trigger and it shot my can off and broke the nozzle, and there goes $9. So we got some more sanding and scrubbing, and we got to finish scrubbing up. Oh, these are the torsion bars I was telling you about. See these long bars? A long bar is what holds up your whole 6,000-7,000 pound truck. Yeah. That one bar is, well, okay, 2 bars.
Jack stands.
Oh yeah, we got jack stands. Look at it.
Right
got
now.
4 of them under the truck. And at SquareMaxMerch.com, you better run over and get yours now. We also got stickers. We got OG shirts. Hurry up. Get over there before they're gone. Well, they're not gone. We got a whole bunch. Hey, guess what I found? I found the sheet. It's a little beat up, but you gotta remember this thing's been laying around the shop for like 10 months. It was a 5K budget build, you remember? Well, I paid $2,200 for this truck. This truck sat for, I think it was 4 or 5 years. I sold a bunch of parts off of it. We paid $600 for that lift kit and suspension, ball joints and all that. And the other Duramax I paid $2K for. That Duramax wouldn't start unless you give it old Cosby sauce, and it wouldn't run very long. I think the injectors were leaking. We did CP3 pump, we did injectors, that was pricey. Now here's how I brought my budget down. I literally stripped the other truck out and sold almost everything off of it. I think I have the cab left, which I have a clean title to. So if you need a crew cab, GMC with a clean title, hit me up. My email is in the description, along with the build series. So if you're really curious about this OBS Duramax build, the budget build, 5K is my limit. That's in the description too, so go check it out. I'm not gonna read this all off to you, but you know, you can pause the screen. Don't pick on my spelling. I'm not the best. I could barely I didn't make it through school, I'll be honest with y'all. Pause it, read what you want. We'll bring us up to date. I just spent $70, well it was like 69 and some change, but I spent $70 on paint and wire wheels to clean everything up. We are at like $2,360, $2,360. I spent almost that on injectors and the CP3 pump alone. We got the first coat on the little parts. We'll let them dry and then we'll flip them over and get the other spots, and we'll let it dry again and flip it and get the other spots. And when you're all done, you'll look and you'll realize you missed a few spots. We cleaned this the best we could. And I gotta get back to work. I can't keep stopping and talking to you all. I love it. I like talking to you all. I appreciate it all, but I gotta get to work. Then we'll talk some more. What'd you think? He came out pretty good, didn't he? Hey, yeah, that's awesome. I got a talented wifey. Wait a minute. She didn't cheap out. Look, she did the back. Oh no, that turkey's got a surprise coming for him. Hey, I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Beep bloop it down there in the comments. Let me know. Love y'all. That looks way gooder. Come on. Way, way gooder than that rust. I hate rust. A little bit of $70 worth of freaking rattle cans. No, we got 2 left. We're saving for a backup because I wasn't paying attention. And look at it. Looks so freaking good. Ugh. Got carried away and did the whole dang thing. Well, we got to do the last foot or so by the tailgate. Look at it. Brand used drums. Freaking everything inside's new too. I just forgot to record, you know. Brand used wheel wells. Brand used leaf springs. Whoo, she pretty much brand used. Hey, I wasn't paying attention. I gotta cut that off. Like that's gotta, that whole chunk's just, it's gotta go. I didn't pay no mind. D for driver's side. This has gotta bolt up in there, right? Well, that piece is in the way. So I guess, well, I'm gonna let this dry tonight, and tomorrow I'm gonna cut that chunk off and modify it to fit the lift kit. That's what we're doing. Well, we're done for the night. We gotta let this stuff dry, and we screwed up. That's all right. That's all right. The frame's painted. Now we'll make our modifications, and all we have to do is go touch up. A lot simpler than trying to paint the whole thing around this blue. Hey, do you know what would have been really cool? To read the directions. Me personally, I don't like reading. I'm not very good at it. But rough country lift kits come with the best instructions ever. I'm gonna show you. Check it out. And if we freaking took 10 minutes to look at all the pictures before we painted this, we could have ground all that stuff off, made it look real good, and painted it once. And I wouldn't have to go back and cut a frame up that's already painted. We still got to paint the inside of the frame, but that's future. The outside looks pretty, and that's what matters. So, check it out. I'm not sponsored by Rough Country, but I like their lift kits. Look at this manual. Check. Or instruction booklet, whatever you want to call it. Look at all these pictures for us, guys. Look at girls. Is the government watching me today? Never mind, they're always watching me with their dang hand out. They always got their hand out. Look at all these pictures. Look at. Flip the sway bar. Got one back here. Where is it? Cut the diff mount. So we got to cut the diff mount. We got to trim the control arm pockets. We got to cut the bump stops off. We got to cut the front diff. Well, that's future. We're not putting the differential in this episode. But check it out. So I told you I want to redo my motor mounts because, well, I got the one side high. This is why I have the one side high. Hold on. I was just gonna massage the oil pan once I got back down here. But luckily, with the lift kit, we get to cut that whole piece right off. With that piece gone, we have so much more clearance. Therefore, we'll redo the motor mounts and we can drop the whole motor down and make it level. Because right now, the passenger side is higher. Like, I was gonna leave it. Who's gonna know when it's all put together besides me? But if I'm able to fix it, we're gonna fix it because it'll make me way happier. Okay, that's enough. Let's get back to work. Time to cut. Oops. You know how I was just telling you guys should read? I cut the wrong side off. We need this side. We don't need this side. But that's okay. Like I said, I wanted to drop the motor anyways. That's why we cut this off. We wanted to do that. That way the motor can come down. When we go to put the diff in, we'll fabricate something new then. That's why we cut it off. We didn't cut the wrong one off. All right, now I'm gonna cut this one off because, well, this is the one the book says I need to cut off. Well, did you look at that? It's like we never screwed up and forgot to cut that stuff off. But it's all gone. And that piece in there is gone. And it's all ground down nice. And then my brother was pulling the shocks off and getting the rear U-bolts and stuff ready so we can put the blocks in the back. And look at it. I know it's dark, but hold on. This whole shock mount's gone, like ripped right off the rear axle. No shock mount, just like completely gone. It's okay though, it still had one on the passenger side, so that'll be fine. But we're gonna get the tires back on the back and take the U-bolts off, and then we'll jack up from the truck. That way the rear axle stays on the ground, and we'll jack the truck and the leaf springs up 8 inches, 6 inches, slide our blocks in and let it all back down. Then we'll put the U-bolts on. That's the way I like to do it. So I haven't put a lift kit in an OBS in like 14 years. I've done a good dozen of them since then, but they've all been in like 2001, 2008, 2009, and 03. So slightly different. So I mean, I should have read the dang instructions. Did I show you all the pictures? Like, man, just picture after picture. I really like that. And old, I get back to work. That's it. That's your update. Everything's all freaking looking snazzy again. It's touched up. It's ground down. You got them out, huh, bud?
Yeah, man, I don't know how much longer you had left on this rear end.
Ooh, that thing's... I would say that was a bad U-bolt. Oh, so much for saving them and reusing them. Nah, just playing. Don't reuse your U-bolts. Well, don't do what we do. Oh, thanks, man. Other side's off too? We'll freaking whack them with it.
Off.
All right.
It has to be whacked.
All right, we'll whack that with a hammer and knock some of the stuff out of it. And I'll get back here. We'll start jacking up the back end and we'll get our 6-inch blocks under it. Drop it all back down. We got brand new U-bolts. Check this out. That blue looks pretty good. I wish I painted the bolts looking gold. And then the freaking nuts are shiny. Like what? I don't know. Look at that blue with the black frame. That looks freaking good. No, what do you guys think? Yeah. Gotta drill a hole on each side here and then put the last bolt in, tighten them all up, and we'll get the bottom pieces on. Well, the lift blocks are in. We had to paint a little bit, so we gotta wait for that to dry. Look at this. If that don't make you happy, like boy, just looking at it, knowing that the back's all rusted back down, those jack stands are just there loosely in case anything happens. This thing's, that's where it's gonna sit. And that's with 33s. We're gonna go with a set of 35s, hopefully, eventually, but man, does that put a smile on my face. Talk about getting back into a build. I didn't want to work on this thing. I'm not lying to you. I kept looking at it. I'm like, I want to build one. That's not what I want to build right now. But boy, and girls, and the government, I'm getting right back into this thing. I can't wait. And you can tell the front's still leaning down a little bit. With my experience from lift kits, usually the front's about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch higher than the back when it's all said and done. So this thing's going to sit nice and stout. Look at that blue. It goes good with the black. Too bad the sun will never hit it, so like nobody will ever see the sparkle in it. But that's fine. Would you look at this thing? She's gonna sit so nice. So we gotta get the torsion bar on. Well, I don't know what that piece is called, but it holds the keys and the torsion bars. And then the torsion bars are still in the front A-arms. So we're gonna slide the A-arm in and slide the bar all in at the same time. I hope. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. I'm not putting the steering and stuff back in right now because I want to get a new idler arm and a new pitment arm. I thought I had them, but I didn't have them, so I'll get them ordered, and that can be a future time. Same thing with the front diff. I'm not putting that in right now either, but that's because I want to drop this motor down. I don't know. It'd be nice to drop it down a good inch on the passenger side. We'll redo the motor mounts. And now that I went back and watched the other video, my welder broke while I was doing them. And that's when I bought that newer cheap titanium one. So either way, I had to finish doing the motor mounts either way. I don't really know what to say. Hey, I got a question for y'all. Well, happy Thanksgiving if I haven't said it already. It's the day after Thanksgiving, so I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Hey, what do you guys all celebrate in the other countries and stuff? Do you celebrate anything for, you know, Thanksgiving? Probably not. That's probably a dumb question. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
What's up, Max? You look a little upset over there.
Man, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know how to finish this week's video, man. I got no pitman arm. I got no idler arm. I thought I bought this kit off of Marketplace. I didn't pay no attention. My fault. I should have pulled it out. I thought it would have came with new bottom ball joints. Well, it came with 2 sets of new upper ball joints. So I don't know, man. I think this is gonna have to be a to be continued type of video. At least it's a build series, and well, it's gonna be to be continued for lots of episodes before it's done. But what are you gonna do? I mean, hey, we got the frame painted, we got half of the lift kit on, well, the harder part, I would say. I could go to the store and buy this stuff and have it tomorrow, but I'm not really satisfied with the prices of the store parts. I can order the parts online, and that's what I'm gonna do, for the fact that it's like a fraction of the cost, and I'll buy a whole kit. So I'll have extra parts to put on the shelf for a future build. As always, I appreciate y'all coming and watching. I appreciate everybody leaving me comments. I appreciate all my members. I also want to thank Jason and April Wright. You know, they sent me in a little extra bonus, you know, a little donation. I really appreciate that. Hey, don't forget to head over to SquareMax merch. Get yourself a custom shirt. We got them white, we got black, we got front logo, we got back logos, we got jack stand shirts, we got stickers. We appreciate all the support. Love y'all. I'll see y'all next week.